Welcome to the channel Mimic, and today I'm excited to finally present to you the lost line of TSR solo modules called the Catacomb line. And there were only 4 books published between 1988 and 1989. I finally got hold of all 4. Before we get started, hopefully you can hit that like and subscribe. It'll help out the channel. We'll get to the free giveaway a little bit later. That being said, let me give you a quick overview about these books. They are essentially modular in nature. They have multiple choose your own type adventure choices like you have seen in other solo modules. They are module size. Here's a module here for comparison. You can see that's about A4 paper size. And they have different themes. The first book is sort of generic fantasy, but you can see the second one here is a Dragonlance one. The third book is a top secret spy theme, and the fourth one is a Forgotten Realms theme. There was a 5th book set to be published, and that was going to be a top secret one, but it never came out. The combat is different in these books as well. In regards to the Dungeons and Dragons fantasy themed books, they involve a D12 system, and for the top secret one, it's actually a D10 system. I'm not sure why they pick D12 when they could have used a D20. The other thing of note in all these books, they have little numbers in the corner, so if you didn't have a dice, you could sort of flip to a random page and use this as a dice roll. But if they did that, they could have done it with a D20. But anyways, that being said, let's start with this first book here, Fairy Mound of Dragonkind, book number 1. And on the back here, in regards to this story, out of the mist of time, protected by the enchantments of the ancient gods, rises the Fairy Mound of Dragonkind. As the dawn of Dragonkind, at the dawn of Dragonkind, fairies could be found everywhere, but with the introduction of cold iron, these enchanted creatures were forced to gather their magical essence to places of power wrapped in magical illusions. Once every 1,000 years, the mound is revealed in all its splendor. It is at these times only, the mortals can cross over into the dangerous world of ancient magic and power. That is the last stronghold of the enchanted realm. So basically, also on the back, they all sort of have the same blurb here, which gives you an idea of what the book is trying to accomplish. The Catacomb books represent the ultimate challenge in role-playing adventure. Through the use of lavish illustration, you journey from chamber to chamber in search of precious objects for your quest. Your analytical powers are tested to the utmost as you decide how to deal with the weird and wondrous creatures you encounter. So they mentioned illustrations, and there is a plethora of full-page illustrations, as you can see here. Some of these illustrations actually lend to the adventure and the fact that sort of like finding a hidden object, or there's a visual puzzle that needs solved. Okay. Let me flip towards the beginning here. I just also want to give you a sense of how impressive these illustrations can be. So here at the very forefront, you see there's a 2-page drawing, and usually you don't see that in a module, standard module, as most modules are only 16 to 32 pages. So this, of course, with 150 pages, you have more real estate to use. And I also wanted to show you just this passage here for 8. You can see that there's multiple choices, and usually you don't see this in your standard, say, Endless Quest book or the other solo modules I had on another video. I mean, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, more than 10 choices you could go through at one location. And there are other passageways that, once again, have multiple choices. So even though it's 150 pages and it looks like there's only 154 choices, there are definitely not, because once again, each number has multiple letter entries. And so, yeah, there's thousands of choices to be made. So this book and most of the fancy ones come with these bookmarks using some pre-made characters. So if you find one, try to get one with these bookmarks intact, and you can use it later. So this is book 1. This is okay, but the favorite tends to be this one, book 2, Gnomes 100, Dragons 0. It's authored by James Ward, as you know, is a veteran of these endless quest books and source books for Dungeons and Dragons. In regards to this one, in the world of Kryn, from the deep in the heart of the Isle Sandcrest, rises a dominant volcano named Mount Nevermind. Though dormant, Mount Nevermind never sleeps, for it is where 59,000 gnomes carry out their life quests, as they and their ancestors have for thousands of years. Their livelihood, however, is now threatened by the Queen of their Darkness, who has sent an army, a dragon army, to seize Sandcrest. The gnome's only hope of resistance is to have you command the final battle, but first you must gather the components of a weapon that will repel the Dark Queen's minions. So, once again, just like that first book, there's about 150 pages. There's some full panel illustrations, such as here, 2-page illustration. And going back to previous page here, and see when you encountered some areas, you have some multiple choices that you can go to. So that's pretty cool. And this one also has here once again it's another paragraph showing you have multiple pathways you could choose. So it lends you more exploration. You can also see here, you maybe go through the corridor, you have to decide which way you want to go. So it gives you a lot more freedom than the other Dungeons and Dragons modules that were a lot shorter in length. Once again, the combat system is different. You're not running your own character, unfortunately. But for a sense of adventure, I think these are fantastic. Once again, this comes with attached bookmarks. So you're using a pre-made character here. So hopefully you can find one with an attached bookmark. So this is book 2, Gnomes and Dragons, Gnomes 100 and Dragons 0. The more interesting one is actually this top secret one called The Final Bug. Okay, this one doesn't actually have a number 3 on it, but this is book 3 on the back here. When a stranger dies in a chamber, that can't be entered in a way that can't happen, and for no apparent reason, the authorities call you in, Sebastian Cord, the Orion Foundation's top special intelligence agent, to help solve the case. And so once again, this uses a different system, D10. The other thing that is different about this, and I think it's really cool, is that in the back pocket here, there are several, almost like a escape room, where you have different components that you can use within the mystery when you get to the part, like maybe you find a brochure on the mountain and you have to read through it, and there will be clues within you have to discern. It comes with like a photograph, okay, a sealed piece of paper of a note, computer printout, a map, okay, and that's all tucked in the back pocket. These, by the way, all these books came sealed wrapped. I've never seen any sealed wrapped in the past 12 months. I've been trying to obtain material for this channel. If you get lucky, I guess you could find one. But once again, you would use those evidence to help you solve this mystery. So in regards to the most interesting, probably more fun to play, it's probably this book here. All right, so the last book is The Night of the Living Dead, Forgotten Realms theme, book 4. Let's look at the back here. Dirt fouls your nostrils and mouth as you reach the inevitable conclusion. You yourself, once a holy paladin, have become one of the hateful undead, but you have no idea who you are or how we got there. One thing is certain, however, before you can escape your present state, you must stop the legion of undead who now labor feverishly to compete a monstrous underground construct that will spell doom for the entire population of Waterdeep and possibly all the realms. So I've heard some people, they prefer this story, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion, of course. I don't find anything fault with this book, but I think book 2 was more fun for me, so there was more of an open world exploration. This story is smaller in scope as far as locale, but yeah, once again, they have multiple choices I could see here, and of course, it's set in Forgotten Realms, just like the recent Dungeons and Dragons movie, and so it can give you a little bit of background of Waterdeep as well. So that is all 4 books. And in regards to the giveaway, because when I was trying to obtain these books, sometimes it was easier to get it as a lot. So I do have an extra Final Bug Here book. Now, and this will be the giveaway. I know some people might be disappointed. It's not going to be a Dungeons and Dragons theme, but once again, this one is well done. I think it might be worth your time to check out, and certainly for free. I think it's a great idea. Obviously, all these books are used, and this one is used too. It does have all the components in the back, okay? So, pretty nice copy here. No dings. It doesn't smell like smoke or anything like that. And I'm gonna give this out to anyone who enters in the contest. All you have to do is maybe leave in the comment your favorite spy movie, and then I know you're interested, and I'll count that as an entry for this solo module book. And I'll end the contest on July 5th. This is a smaller giveaway, so I'm just gonna make it last about a week. I'll have bigger giveaways in the future, including actual Dungeons and Dragons modules, but I'm just waiting for a couple of lots to come in. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this and learned something new, and maybe pick up one of these books in the future. And it's good for a rainy night. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.